Free customized Roth conversion analysis.
Roth conversion strategy.
Roth IRAs.
Roth.
So many people are getting sucked in, and they cannot not listen to the media, not listen to what the guys on the radio are saying, or you do a Google search, or heaven forbid you listen to the guys that are on Saturday or Sunday morning, and they're just all highly motivated to get you into a Roth IRA. So here's the deal. Why in your peak earning years would you stack taxable dollars on top of your earned income? For many of my good friends, we're in this situation where we're making more than we ever have. And so we're in the 32 or 35 or 37% tax brackets. And then you stack additional state income tax, that's another 5. So you could be as high as 42%. So I use a scenario of an investor investing over 40 years and putting $1,000 a month away. So on an annual basis, you're saving $12,000. In a Roth scenario, you're going to pay tax on it right as you earn the money, and then you invest the net difference after you pay tax. In the other scenario, you don't pay tax. You just put 100% of your $1,000 into the account every single month and you let it grow, knowing down the road you're going to have to pay tax on it. So when you put that equation in, the crazy thing is, if the tax bracket's the same going in, so when you earned it, or the tax bracket's the same when you pull it out, like when you're retired, then it becomes 6s. It doesn't matter if you pay on the money going in or you pay on the money going out. So I use the 17% tax rate, that's 12% federal and 5 for the state of Utah where we're at. And so to give you that net result, what's crazy is the compounding's amazing. So we used an 8% compounding rate, and that at the end of 40 years, you'd have just short of $6 million. If you were to take out a 5% distribution rate, you would take out $242,000. So once again, if you had the $1,000 going in and you didn't pay tax, when you go to pull it out, you have to pay the tax then, and that would give you the net $242. If you did the Roth, you take your $1,000 a month, but you have to pay tax up front. And so the net after tax works out to be $9,960 per year. The tough part there is now you have a lesser amount of money. You now are going to be able to pull it out tax-free, but the downside is less money is compounding. The funny thing is when you get to year 40, your balance is $4,850,000. Once you take the 5% on that, it is the exact same number, $242,000. So if your tax rate doesn't change over your lifetime, if you're in the 12 federal when you're young and earning, and you're in the 12 when you retire, like most of my clients, then it's a net non-difference. What's crazy is when we start changing tax rates, we're going to assume that right now you're in a lower tax bracket. So we're going to have you take your money and put it in a Roth because you want to pay tax in a lower tax bracket. Down the road, when you hit the future, we're going to put you in a higher tax bracket. So we'll go in there. Let's say that you're in the 24% tax bracket, then you add 5, so we'll put 29 in there. You have a $207,000 income on your traditional, and on your Roth, you have, once again, the 242. So it really rewarded you to participate in the Roth when you're in a lower income tax bracket. Now, I want to talk to the people that are really in their highly compensated years. You know, you're quite frankly, that peak of your earning. This is the segment where I'm seeing the biggest mistake. We're going to change it around and we're going to put your current tax bracket at 42% and then your future tax bracket at 17%. Once again, that idea that we could show you how to retire and stay in the 12% and another 5% for Utah. If the idea is that you're putting your money in and you're taking the write-off now, you're using a traditional 401k or an IRA, you're taking the write-off now, you're avoiding the 42%, you're growing deferred. When you take that money out, if you're in a tactical tax bracket down in the 20s, your net amount out, once again, if we can get you down to 17, it's $242,000 coming out. On the reverse side, if you're paying in that top tax bracket as you go, the equivalent, the net amount is $169,000. So it's just vastly different. You take a pay cut that's probably in the neighborhood of 25%. You're going to get 25% less income by putting your money away tax-free. And it's heartbreaking. Look, if you're like so many of my friends that were in our peak earning years, why don't you take out a little bit of time, come and see me at no cost, and we'll talk about your plan.